Workers' compensation is a system that was set up a little over 100 years ago here in Illinois. And it's a system that's basically designed on the idea of providing employers and employees with an insurance system that's going to protect them from catastrophic financial losses.
Illinois has a mandatory system where every employee in the state has to purchase workers' compensation.
Workers have a way of filing a claim that is going to be litigated outside of circuit court. The idea being that they're going to be made whole for an injury that they suffer at work.
The Illinois Workers' Compensation Commission administers the system. The commissioners hear the cases and decides whether or not employees will receive benefits.
So if you are injured at work, your company should have workers' compensation insurance. And so when you file the claim, you're going to notify the company of your injury. They'll notify the insurance carrier. The insurance carrier makes the initial decision as to whether or not someone is going to get compensation.
There are 9 ways to commit workers' compensation fraud, including filing a false claim, false certificates of insurance, lying to an investigator, and medical providers who bill for services they're not providing.
So workers' compensation fraud is investigated by the Department of Insurance. And the Department of Insurance has a workers' compensation fraud unit responsible for those investigations. One of these complaints has to provide us with their name and their information. So in that respect, we don't handle anonymous complaints, or we won't investigate an anonymous complaint.
The following is a display of the WCFU's investigation process. First, evaluate a complaint. The unit determines whether or not the complaint will be investigated. Second, assign to investigator. In this stage, the unit reviews documents that come in, requests more documents, as well as speak with witnesses. Third, write a report. The unit will write a report based off of what the witnesses say and investigation. Fourth, determine if there is a violation. In this stage, the unit will decide whether or not the violation can be proved without a reasonable doubt. And last, refer to Assistant State's Attorney or Attorney General office. In this stage, the office will determine whether or not the violation should be prosecuted. Private detective agencies such as Melee Investigations in Libertyville, Illinois, uses surveillance to track movements of an individual and document his or her activities without their knowledge.
The penalties for workers' compensation fraud are now based on dollar amounts. And I say now because the workers' compensation reform that was passed in 2011 and signed by the governor in 2011, it changed all of that. The new amendments equate workers' compensation fraud essentially to the penalties for theft. In 2011, the dollar amounts for workers' compensation fraud are anything less than $300 is a Class A misdemeanor. Anything between $300 and $10,000 is a Class 3 felony. So that went up one class. Anything from $10,000 to $100,000 is a Class 2 felony. $100,000 and above would be a Class 1 felony.